Hey everybody, this is Francesco Abbruzzino with a Rogue Rant. You're probably wondering, what am I doing all dressed up here? And I actually have a forum tonight because I did something that I'm going to encourage all of you guys to do. I don't have time to go and change, but I'm here as a Rogue Rant to talk to you about something more important than my attire. And that's about Agenda 21, about this homes for the homeless, about homes for the poor. And this came up because I overheard something at a debate this weekend. And I saw something on the email server, and it made me start to wonder. You see, if you haven't heard of the Agenda 21, many of us view it as pure evil. It's out there to take away property rights. It wants to limit private citizen ability to go out and grow your own garden if you want to, your own food, your own livelihood. It wants to take away critical resources from us, such as water. And the average citizen is being pushed to live in these little stack pack apartments, tiny homes they call them. Homes they don't own. They may reside, they want to essentially have you reside in these mega cities with 6 million people, 7, 8 million people, densely populated areas. And this is not fiction. This is happening in America right now, folks. If you search the Google, you'll see these tiny little, tiny homes, tiny apartments are popping up all over the mega cities. You got groups out there like Obama's Building One America, and they're out there imposing these mandatory low-income housing quotas for the middle class suburban developments that are out there. And if the Fed is allowed to continue its policies, we may all soon be living in this in micro homes made out of, who knows, garbage still, whatever they can manufacture them into. It is a movement that I heard about, like I said this weekend at the Northport City Council debate. A movement I read about on email where somebody said, don't build affordable apartments, build tiny homes. It's much better. And what people might not understand is these tiny homes are like little rabbit hutch apartments, 200 to maybe 300 square feet. They're designed so that you can go in, sleep, eat, go to the bathroom, get out of the house. And yes, we need affordable. I get that. But do we need this type of affordable mini home? Tiny dwellings made out of straw, junkyard scrap? And that's why I wrote my article. What is the definition of affordable? Mine was more when we were looking at rezoning. If someone says it's affordable, is it really affordable? What's affordable in their mind? If a house is $500,000 on the island and the same house goes for $400,000 I don't know, what, half a mile away, is that affordable? In their mind, it may be. So think about it, folks. Many companies are out there and they want to make these mini home communities. They want to make them viable, cost effective, sustainable. And I saw it out in Northport. It's an idea. And I think the candidate said that she's actually a councilwoman now. And she says, we've been working with the mayor in Venice on this issue, which is concerning. And, you know, I get it. Helping the poor is admirable. Everybody knows I'm a big supporter of the poor, the homeless. I do everything out here. But why aren't we attacking the real issue? And when I talk about this, I talk about the nation, not the cities. Well, the cities too, but in the big global thing. Why are millions of Americans unemployed? Why are millions of Americans underemployed? Think about it. The intention of these shoebox homes are to house, to basically marginalize the general public, to train us to accept the living space in the name of affordability. To shelter folks is certainly required, but so let's make it sure that we go after the group, the entity that's doing it to us. Let's go after that international financial cartel. That cartel that goes by the name of Federal Reserve. And you guys might think you're crazy. No, I'm not. It's owned by what? 6 companies, international companies. It's not a government entity. It was created in the middle of the night back in 1913 around Christmas. And even when people saw it coming, they knew it was going to mean disaster. If you think about it, the current disaster, the current crisis was created by the Federal Reserve. And I'm not just making this up. The manufacturing housing bubble that burst and took down the economy, I was a victim of it. Many people were victims of it. It was engineered no less than by the Federal Reserve. They've done this about 10 times. 10 economic recessions. The Great Depression they were responsible for. They admit it, folks. When too big to fail banks, too big to fail corporations go bust, who steps in? The Federal Reserve. Let's help them out. Let's bail them out. Frank died. They went out. They did an audit. And the Fed revealed that an astonishing amount of money was being given to bail out these banks and corporations. And this isn't just here, folks. This is throughout the world. All due to this manufactured subprime housing bubble that popped up. All due to that back in 1913 when the Federal Reserve was passed by a handful of people one Christmas night. The financial system was turned over to this Federal Reserve, this entity, this private entity. They go out there and they have ministers. They run the financial system. And they're purely a profiteering group. And like I said, homes are needed for the homeless. Homes are needed for the unemployed. Affordable housing is needed. But what really is needed is to deconstruct the Federal Reserve. Return America back to sound, honest money. Not this inflated fiat currency that's designed to benefit just a small cabal of international bankers. Impoverish everybody else through organizations like Building One America, imposing mandatory low-income housing quotas. America is facing a real possibility of war right now. Many people don't know because they just listen to major media. We got no-fly zones in Syria that Russia wants to impose. We have all types of actions taking place that many Americans are blind to because they just watch major news here. CBS, ABC, Fox, NBC. But as we face the real possibility of war, are we witnessing the post-occupation of our country through Agenda 21? You know, in case the good guys do lose. The upcoming struggle, are we going to let these policies become part of our community fabric? I hope not. And that's why you need to get out there. You need to go to city council meetings. If you can't make it, do like I do. I watch it on the internet. Meetings, committees, everything. Pass out flyers. Call attention to the authoritarianism that we're seeing that's quickly engulfing communities. That's one of the reasons I'm running. And I'm running against this huge beast, political machine. You got major media basically working hand in hand with the politician, the incumbent. They want them to stay there. Nobody wants them to leave. But we got to be out there. We got to fight. You know, one final thought or consideration is, do you think there's a possibility that down the road, Agenda 21, they might send in some kind of SWAT team, swoop in on innocent Americans because you're a code violator? And I say that because here in Venice, we have a councilman that's out there driving around playing code enforcement instead of doing his job. But what if they have the power and they start arresting you for this crazy stuff? Is this pretend of what's going to be happening here? Especially if we get to the political dissidents. It's scary. What say you? This has been Francesco Abbruzzino with a Rogue Rant.